Okay, so I'm just doing up my hair here, and I was thinking, we're supposed to be, regardless of how old you are as an adult, we're supposed to be protecting the youth, right? And even when it comes to somebody a few younger, like years younger than us, you would think that whole saying, you know, we should know better. And from our own experiences, our own life lessons, you know, try to extend that wisdom on to the generation after us, or the ones that are younger than us. That whole saying, you know, you're older, you should know better. Well, we were given that growing up, even though we were children. I don't know about you, but I definitely was. And that still applies to now. When it comes to our lives that we're living right now currently, you know, if there's somebody younger than us and we can, you know, shed some light on their situation, if we see that they're about to enter into something, or if they're not protected from something, then we're allowed to speak up and say something. This whole society, the whole system that we're in, has almost set it up to be like a competition. So instead of helping each other out and learning and growing from the past mistakes and learning the lessons, which are cycles, those cycles continue on a regular basis until the negative energy is transmuted into positive. So if we're not learning the fucking lessons, and then we're also in competition with the younger versions of ourselves, because everybody technically is like a mirror to learn lessons from each other. If we're in competitions with our past self, our younger self, those which may be in a karmic state even, and we've learned the lesson, we've gained the insight, and we've gained the clarity, but instead of using that to benefit ourselves or help ourselves any, or to help somebody younger than us, we're using it to be in competition with them. That's some toxic stuff. Like, that's not going to get you anywhere in life, really. That's just going to cause more chaos and conflict, and I think that's the problem in this world. So a lot of people are going based off of lower vibrational frequency activities, you know, and a lot of it stems from our own unhealed traumas and stuff like that. If we're not learning the lesson from our past, and we're ignoring our past, and then we meet our past, as in like a version of our younger self, or just a version of something that triggers us, or something that's trying to get us to look at something to heal, if we're in competition with that, how are we supposed to learn the fucking lesson? How are we ever supposed to grow, mature emotionally as an individual, and learn the lessons so that we can have our peace, our clarity, our closure, and we can grow as human beings? We're supposed to be working as a team. If I see a child in the neighborhood and they're going through something, and I can offer a tidbit of wisdom, which, you know, some of our elders even did to us, to help us, not to hinder us, then why not do so? If I see a person struggling and then I choose not to say anything, you know, or I don't extend an offering hand, or I'm not willing to help at all, then how is that helping? How does that help any of us when we're supposed to be a collective? I looked at it like this. If, let's say, the collective as a male form are all one. So the males, let's say one person's doing something and then the rest of them are all connected, and so spiritually on a 5D level basis, then other people are going to be doing and acting that certain way as well, even if it's karmic. If the person's not learning a lesson, but they're vibrating at a high vibrational frequency, somehow they got there, and they're doing low vibrational frequency shit, then as a collective, other people are going to be following and doing that if that's what they're being taught. As a collective, if they're doing high vibrational frequency stuff and they're learning from their mistakes and they're getting out of karmic cycles, and that's something that is collectively being learned as a whole, as a fucking team, not just for the men, but for the women too, then we're working together to elevate ourselves, to grow, to move forward. We're not fucking staying stuck and stagnant at a low vibrational frequency. The lower the frequency you go, you might as well be a fucking rock. Okay, everything has a vibrational frequency. Everything resonates at a certain level. So if you're vibrating low and you keep getting lower and you keep doing things that are lower, you might as well be in the goddamn ground. If you experience certain things from the inside out, things that are manifesting like pain or any emotional traumas or anything that you bottle up inside that you're not taking a look at, it's going to manifest outwards. So whether it be a person that you meet, a situation that you encounter, your own physical body is screaming and yelling at you. Your inner child is trying to get your attention by the annoyance that you have with other people that are shedding any light on anything. Your demons are stirred up from the inside out because you're not taking a look at anything. You're not learning the lessons. So everything around you is pissing you off, is annoying you. And when you try to get your peace and your clarity and closure, you'll notice that that attracts other people. It's going to attract certain things to teach you certain lessons. Have you healed from your inner traumas? If not, and you are trying to have your peace, then you're going to continue to be disturbed. If you haven't healed from anything and you're lying to yourself and you have this fake idea of happiness, then you're going to continue to be bothered. You're going to continue to be disturbed, and you're not going to have peace because you're not at peace within your own self. We're supposed to be teaching each other, helping each other, learning from each other, lifting each other up, raising each other. But the system we're in has taught us all to be in competition with everybody, including our own goddamn selves. And I speak from experience because that's the person I'm at competition with every fucking day is myself. I'm in competition. And is it healthy? Not necessarily, but I definitely have boosted myself up to be the best version of myself because I've also been my own worst hater. So when other people hate on me, it really doesn't faze me much because I'm worse than any of them. It doesn't bother me at all. Does it get to the point where it's a little bit distracting? Sure, but that's because I need to take a look at some things within myself. Does it bother me that people take from me and don't equally exchange? Yes, it does, because I don't think it's fair. The system we're set up is to not be fair. And that's not okay because it's equally abundant to everybody. Everybody has access to everything we need, including within ourselves. We can create and manifest our own reality and all live at peace, but we're not fucking working together. We're fighting each other. So it's going to be nothing but conflict and chaos from the inside out anyways. And that's what the society we're in, the system we're in, is perpetuating. It's continuing this so that people that are not healed can stay and reign on top. Those unhealed people are taking advantage of the energies that are surrounding us, the good energies, the positive energies, the ones that are capable of being used for good and creating good and manifesting good in this entire world so we can work together. They are using those energies for monetary gain, for things that are worthless, for material shit that doesn't even fucking matter when it comes down to it. You can't take a penny to the grave with you. But you can fucking learn from your experiences and elevate yourself and use that energy to pass on to the next generations. But instead, we've got greedy people because they're not healed and they think that's what's going to make them happy. They think that's what's going to satisfy their internal soul. That's what's going to fulfill them and fill that negative, empty-ass hole within them. That's not the answer. You want to be at peace, you want to be fulfilled and at comfort, and to feel that joy, that true joy, not that fake synthetic shit, then do your inner healing. Get back in touch with your inner child. Say hello to them because they've been fucking abandoned enough as is. Do stuff that brings and sparks joy. Things that make you happy. Learn something. Teach others what you have learned if you can. Share the knowledge and wisdom that they're withholding from so many people so that the people that are pulling the strings supposedly are the ones that reign on top. Those are hurt people too, and guess what? They're having their ass handed to them. Karma's coming and eating them alive. Every day they wake up, they're going to have another experience of misery because they're not fucking healed. They're not taking a look at their inner selves. They're not learning the lessons. And everything is being balanced out karmically, so they don't have a fucking choice now. But to do what's the best for them, but to do what serves their highest purpose, but to make better choices. Or they'll be pinned in a corner. They'll be faced against their own goddamn selves. They'll have no choice. I know myself. I'm somebody else's karma. And then other people that come into my life, they're my karma to learn the lessons that I fucking need to learn. If I ignore that, then I'm not learning the lesson. If I acknowledge it, I also have to understand I can't control what other people do, only what I do. And if I'm just going to take and not learn any lessons, then guess what? That's not true fulfillment. It won't last. Because once you tap from the well and the wells run dry, guess what? How are you going to fill your own fucking cup? Create your own well-being. Love yourself unconditionally. Even when other people can't do that, you don't expect it from them. That's codependency. Love yourself unconditionally. Love your inner child. Love who you are. Understand your own signature, your own vibrational frequency. Get back in tune with yourself. Don't try to copy other people or be them. They can't be you. Why do you need to be them? Why do you feel that it's so hard to be yourself unless you're ignoring certain things that you haven't healed internally? It's just a fear-based society that we're living in, and it needs to stop. We need to work together. We're not being given a choice. We have to elevate. The rest of the surrounding vibrational frequency is elevating. It's raising. We have to join with it. There's no fucking option, or you get left in the dust. Literally, what do you think the vibrational frequency of dust is? Probably not that high. That's dead skin, a lot of it. I'm done fighting myself. I'm done fighting other people. I will do the best I can to give whatever information I've learned through my own pain and suffering to other people. Whether or not they take that, that's their free will. That's their choice. I'm not going to force it on anybody. That's why I do the videos for people. But in my own life, when I come up against people that are my karma, I've understood certain things, but I also can't control what they do. I need to let that go. I need to let it go. If somebody's going to be mean or disrespectful or rude or do something against me or just have pure hate towards me, whether verbally or non-verbally, there's nothing I can do about that. That's on them. That's purely on them. I will stand my ground. I will protect what it is that I've developed my own. I will protect everything that I've created in my own manifestation, my own reality, because I've worked very hard on it and I've done my inner work. I've done the inner healing, and I will continue to do so, and nobody's going to stop me or take me off my path. Nobody's going to make me give up on myself because I love myself. Truly, unconditionally, I fucking love myself, and I give it up to myself for everything. For all the hard work, all the pain and suffering I've been through, I give it to myself. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to have the things that I have in my life right now because I've worked very fucking hard for them. And I've had nobody around me to encourage me to do so but myself. And I refuse to back down, and I refuse to give up on myself because I'm the only one that has me. I don't depend on others. I'm not codependent. Anything I need, I can create myself. I can do for myself. Would it be nice to share it with another human being that appreciates and loves me? Sure. But am I dependent on that? No. Just to feel the comfort, to fill a fucking void, a hole inside myself. No, I don't. I've done the healing, the inner work for myself, and I continue to do so till the day I'm in the fucking ground. Fighting other people, stealing from other people is not fulfillment. You're only fighting yourself when it comes down to it. Every time you ignore your inner self, every time you do something that's not for your highest good, you fucking disrespect and put yourself down like others that did before you that weren't healed, that projected that shit onto you to carry as baggage. You continue to carry it and you refuse to look at it. You sweep it under the rug, and guess what? It's going to be heavy. It's going to be stagnant. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be painful. It's going to be hateful. It's going to be terrible. It'll be your fucking hell. So you don't have to carry it. I'm telling you right now. I'm making this video for everybody. You don't have to carry that shit. You don't. Anything that doesn't serve you, you can release that. You can let it go. And if you're going to make other people suffer or tear them down and use all your energy to tear into another person to see them fail, then that's because somebody did that to you and you allowed it. You let them tear you down. So you get pure joy out of watching somebody else experience what you experienced, your pain. But you don't need to do that. Nobody needs to do that to another person. Nobody needs to tear another person down. And some of the stuff I say hurts. Yeah, the truth hurts because it's been more than enough that people have been silent, and I refuse to be silent. I will not stop talking and speaking the truth and expressing what it is that I've been through. I will continue to stand my ground and fight for what it is that I've worked hard for, because I've had nobody to do that for me. And I sure as fuck don't wish this upon anybody, to have to be this strong. So if I can shed some light on certain things and help you learn the lessons and get out of your karmic cycles and get out of that stuck and stagnant energy and transmute the shit out of that negative stuff, I fucking will. I will try to help you see your inner demons and realize they were originally there just to help you and protect you, but they're not doing you any fucking good right now because you're giving every bit of energy over to them. There's no balance there. We all have light and dark, and if you're rolling only on the dark side, guess who takes the wheel and steers? And guess who's going to make you suffer for it? Especially if it's not healed. False victory is not a victory. Synthetic light is not sunshine. And making others suffer is only going to come back on you tenfold.